So, good afternoon, everybody. Myself, Acharya Vishvendra. Today, I shall be discussing on one of the fundamental concept of time. That does time has physical existence? So, first of all, it's a very fundamental topic. So, to access it, you must be able to think freely. So, if you want to feel things beyond space and time and just know what is time and feel that dimension, then first of all free yourself, relax yourself, and this video, it's a series of videos, so time duration will be around 10 minutes, so I think you will be able to relate to it. So first of all, just observe this pic. This is the entire space-time fabric. Everything that exists is the space-time fabric, and at the center there is a, it's a spiral curve, and time is shown over here. So it's a metaphoric representation of the fact that whatever happens within the universe, it is in fact controlled by the time. So time is not just what clock reads, that is just a mathematical value of that assigned for living life, but in reality time has got a physical existence. It is the factor which is keeping everything is in motion. You must be knowing that everything is in motion. You just think of anything, it is fundamentally composed of atoms. Atoms are fundamentally composed of electron, proton, neutrons. Protons, neutrons are fundamentally composed of quarks. Quarks are composed of strings vibrating with a certain frequency that we just know through the string theory or the theory of everything. And those strings are different because of the frequencies of vibrations of that. So we can say that things are different because the strings which are making the things vibrates at a different frequency. You change the frequency, things will be changed. So this is gonna be very interesting topic, that how things are going to happen. So just ask yourself, what is the difference between a donkey and a horse? Because fundamentally both are composed of atoms, electrons, protons, neutrons. These are same for the donkey as well as for the horse. But what is it that differentiates between them? Why they have different color? Why they have something that differentiates them? It's very possible to differentiate them on the physical domains, but internally it's because of the property of their skin. They reflect light in a different way. You just take things in that way. How you know that something is horse or something is donkey? Because you have images corresponding to them stored in your memory card. But that image is due to reflection of light from the surface of donkey and horse. So a donkey reflects different sort of photons and a horse reflect different sort of photons. That makes her brain to think, to imagine that what is a donkey and a horse. So the difference between donkey and horse is because of the visual limitation of the brain. The brain does not recognize a donkey or a horse. It just recognizes the photons reflected from a donkey or a horse. And if by some mechanism we can arrange that they reflect the same type of photons, same type means the photons of the same wavelength, then a donkey will be similar to a horse. So from this point I just want to take you to a higher dimension of consciousness which is beyond your present perception. So right now you must be feeling a conflict between physicality, between the five sensed dimensions and the sixth hyper dimension. So if you just want to know things beyond the physicality, things beyond the five senses, then just dominate the physical dimensions and try to think beyond the physicality. I hope you must be getting what I am trying to say. I am just trying to make your brain resonate at a higher frequency so that you'll be able to feel what I'm gonna say. Because until and unless your brain is open to the higher frequencies, whatever I'm gonna say, it's not going to work for you. You'll get nothing out of it. So if you are feeling that you have dominated the physicality, the analytical brain, the ifs and buts, and you are free of questions and are ready to explore things beyond the physical dimensions, only then continue the video. So right now, let me to remind you that we are talking on the topic that does time has a physical existence. So first of all, think yourself, what do you mean by time? You will respond that time is what a clock reads, as Albert Einstein said in one of the statements. So time is not only what a clock reads, that is the numerical value of time. Things are a bit fuzzy and a bit different. You must be knowing that everything is motion. Now the question comes that what makes things to move? What is it that is responsible for moving everything? For simplicity, let us take example of a person. Here is a person. So this person is composed of organ systems. Organ systems are composed of organs. Organs are composed of tissues. Tissues are composed of cells. Cells are composed of DNA plus RNA, you can say, which are further composed of atoms of nitrogen arranged in a certain way, which are further a combination of four elemental, you can say that elementary particles, which are adenine, cytosine, thymine and guanine. So these are the basic four things which makes up the DNA. These are fundamentally atoms, and atoms are fundamentally composed of electrons, protons, neutrons. Protons and neutrons are fundamentally composed of quarks. Quarks are composed of strings, and these strings vibrate at different frequencies. So what we can say is that suppose you are observing that here is a person, it is because of the photons reflected by that person. Your brain recognizes the reflected photons. I hope you are getting the point. Suppose you want to see that person. You are seeing this person because of the light, the photons emitted by these points, and your brain is making an image, and an information is being stored in your brain mind system that this is a person. But fundamentally what you are thinking as a person is just the image of that person. It is just the impact of light. So just try to think that whatever you think is reality, whatever you think it is like this, it's not the reality of that thing. It is the impact of photons, it is the pattern of photons reflected by that thing. So I think you can relate to this fundamental question. So now comes the role of time, that what is it which is vibrating the strings? What is source of vibration? What is causing strings to vibrate in a certain way? And it is being called as the Kal Tattva, which is related to Lord Shiva in according to the Shiva Puran, that he is the Kal Tattva or the Mahakal. And it is being said, it's according to the Shiv Purana, it's assumed that it's their belief system that Lord Shiva is Kalatit and Mahakal. He is the only omnipresent thing in the entire universe. He was always there, he is always, and he will be always. And the event of creation and destruction of universe has it's a continuous process, and we don't know from what time it's taking place. It is assumed that the universe has been created 84 times. This is the 84th time the universe has been created and destructed. So maybe time is nothing but Lord Shiva himself as per the Shiv Purana. I'll continue in the next video.